The phone buzzed on the kitchen counter, an ordinary sound in the middle of an ordinary Tuesday evening. Dinner dishes sat half-washed in the sink, the TV murmured some forgotten show in the living room. I wiped my hands, expecting maybe a work email or a friend's meme. The sender's name stopped me cold. Sarah. My wife. We hadn't spoken properly in days, just coexisted in a tense, heavy silence that had become our new normal. The message was stark, brutal in its brevity. I can't do this anymore. I want a divorce. It's over. I'm sorry. No explanation offered. No request for discussion. Just a flat, digital execution of our marriage, delivered via text like a takeout order. The words blurred for a second. The room seemed to tilt, the familiar sounds fading into a dull roar. A wave of nausea hit me, followed by an icy numbness spreading from my chest outwards. It wasn't shock at the fact. The distance, the late nights, the subtle shift in her energy hadn't lied. It was the method. The sheer, cowardly detachment of ending 7 years with a few taps on a screen. The coldness of it cut deeper than any shouted argument ever could. My thumb hovered over the keyboard. 1,000 responses flooded my mind. Rage, pleading, demands for an explanation, curses. But what was the point? She'd chosen this medium precisely to avoid facing me, to avoid the mess. So, I wouldn't give her the drama, the satisfaction of a reaction. I wouldn't beg. The numbness crystallized into something hard, something final. With deliberate calm, I tapped out a single word, understood. I hit send. The finality of that tiny blue bubble felt heavier than any slammed door. I put the phone down, screen facing the counter. The numbness was now a shield. I walked out of the kitchen, past the murmuring TV, through the hallway we'd painted together. I didn't look back. I went straight to the spare room, the one that had slowly become mine over the past difficult months. I pulled out my old duffel bag, the one from before us. Methodically, silently, I started packing only the essentials: clothes, documents, the few truly personal items that held meaning independent of her. Photos stayed on the walls. Shared memories remained in drawers. I took only what belonged solely to me. Within 20 minutes, the bag was zipped. I grabbed my keys from the hook by the door, the one that said, "Home Sweet Home," a relic from happier times that now felt like a cruel joke. I didn't write a note. She'd received her only communication. I walked out the front door, closing it softly behind me. The cool night air hit my face. I got into my car, started the engine, and drove. I didn't know exactly where I was going, just away. Far away from the ghost of our marriage, from the cowardice of that text, from the suffocating weight of betrayal I'd sensed but hadn't wanted to fully acknowledge until that moment. I blocked her number before I even reached the end of the street. Understood wasn't just an acknowledgement. It was acceptance. It was the locking of a door deep inside me. It was the quiet, irrevocable end of everything I thought we were. She ended it with a text. I ended it by walking away, forever. That single word was my only reply, my final act in the story of us. The road ahead was dark, unknown, but it was mine alone. And that silence, after sending understood, was the first true peace I'd felt in months.